Hey everybody, I decided to do some more seeds. Some of them are backup seeds and some of them are some new seeds, and I will share with you which ones I'm doing. So I got some solo cups prepared, and all I had to really do was put dirt in these, and I used this sifted dirt only, not a seed starting mix. And the reason I have so many is because I've been doing planting around the garden, so now I have a more available, and I'll probably do even more, to tell you the truth is this. So instead of doing this in the kitchen, I decided to do it out here. And then once I put the sifted dirt in here, I just moistened everything already. I got my labels all in here, they're ready to go, and I have my seed packets here that are ready to go. So I'm gonna do some dahlias here, and actually I need one more thing. I forgot my book, because my book tells me how many. Oh, actually I don't need the book because I have my labels, so let's do this. So I'm just gonna stick my labels in. Y'all, I call this my my superhero gardening seed starting weapon, and that's to already have my labels ready to go, because otherwise I'll forget what I put in, and your girl, I'm not that great at plant identification, so I really need to have those in first. So let's see. So we have some dahlias, and let's see. Let's wait. We're gonna come back to the dahlias since these are a whole different set. All right, so I have some harvester beans, which I only did like a few of these beans, but these are kind of like backup beans. I still have some spots that I want to put beans in. I'm not going to do the inoculant thing. I'm just going to go ahead and plant these, and I'm going to put 2 seeds in each one of these cups, because what I found is that some of the seeds are not coming up. So it's good to at least do 2 in a cup, and then most times I'll have 1 that comes up. All right, so that's the harvesters. So let's set that aside. Now I know this is kind of a little cray-cray because I already have strawberries, but I had these strawberry packs that I purchased last year from Baker's Creek, and I wanted to try to see if I can get some. I had some that germinated last year, but then y'all know how that goes. I didn't do anything with, and these seeds are the super tiny seeds. I got 4 of them out here, so I'm gonna try to put all 4 or 5 in these very carefully. All right, and that's all I'm gonna do, because I'm the queen of overseeding things. Y'all hear Mr. Rooster? He's going at it. All right, so I have this Kamatsuna, and this was a free packet that I got from Baker's Creek, and it's like a mix between spinach and mustard, and I wanted to try these, so I'm gonna plant quite a few of these. So let's see how big the seeds are. I don't even see how big the seeds are. Y'all can't see anything because the sun is in my face, but it's sunny out here, but it's actually a nice cool day. All right, so these seeds are not too tiny, because y'all know how it is with the teeny tiny seeds, because I'm trying to be a little bit precise, but not, yeah, just stick these in. So I have 4 cups these are going in. I'm trying to do 2. And I guess the one bad thing about using like soil that's been sitting in the garden is y'all be getting all kinds of weeds. All right, so I have a few more in my hands, so I'm just gonna stick those in too, and then I'll press everything in a moment. All right, so that's that one. And then I have some Italian pepperoncini. Yeah, I know I'm notorious for not pronouncing words right. Sometimes I don't even try, which is kind of bad, but you know, a girl's gotta do. All right, so where are you? Okay, so we have 1 cup of that, so I'm just gonna do 2 of these seeds, and they're not too small. It's like a pepper seed. So I'm gonna do 2 only. So what y'all want to talk about today? This is a little bit of a chatty video. All right, and we got 2. Next, I did some Malabar spinach, but the Malabar spinach, I planted 2 and only 1 came up. So I'm gonna do 2 more, and I probably could do even more than that, but that's all she's doing is 2. So I think, like when you're doing your seed starting, it's always good to do at least 2 of everything, at least, because the germination rates could be low on some of the seeds that you're doing. All right, so we have some tomatoes, and this is some cherry tomatoes, super sweet 100s. And I do have some other cherry tomatoes that are popping up already, but I decided to do a few backup tomato plants, because y'all know, I'm telling you, it ain't a game. All right, these are actually coated, and let's see, we have 1, so we're gonna plant 2. We have 1 cup, I'm gonna plant 2 in there. They look like candy because they have that white coating on them, which is kind of cool. Y'all, today is so beautiful. All right, I didn't plant any of my big tomatoes, so this is the Cherokee Purple, and this is my 3rd year gardening, and every year I've had Cherokee Purple, and I like the Cherokee Purple, and I kind of surprised myself that I hadn't planted any. So we got 1 cup, so we're gonna plant 2 in that 1 cup. Again, just being very precise. Oh, somebody decided to start cutting their grass. It is the weekend, so, you know, I understand, but sometimes I feel like as soon as I come out, that's when things get noisy. It's a little later in the morning, so I just have to deal with it. All right, and then we have some Maduro, and this is a melon. I grew this last year. I got 1 last year, and it was quite tasty. So I'm gonna put 2 in a cup. Let's see, where are you? Right there. So I have 1 cup, and I'm gonna put 2 in there, because that's how we're rolling this year. I don't think I saved any seeds from this one, but that's okay. All right, so now I'm gonna do this cup, and then I'm gonna go back and press everything in. All right, so let's get our tags out. Y'all, these solo cups, they are so beautiful. I haven't started planting anything in these, but I did prep them and put holes in. Y'all, my brother was like, can I have some of your cups? And then I was like, yeah, you can have cup. Then I was like, wait, I put holes in the cups already. So they're not good for drinking right now. But I don't know if he got any that had the holes in it or not. So that's kind of funny. Milkweed. I hope y'all can hear me good, because I know I'm kind of far from the cam. All right, I love all these beautiful tags too. All right, so back to the dahlia. So we have I did plant these last year, and I got some to come up, but of course I didn't take care of anything, so it died. But it did have a beautiful pink bloom on it. These some nice size seeds. Okay, so we have 1 cup, so we're gonna do 2. Okay. And then next, we're gonna do some black-eyed Susans, which I didn't think I had any of these left, but I had another pack. And these, I think, are some older seeds. These are from 2021, so that's not that old. All right, so let's see, where's the black-eyed Susans? My black-eyed Susans right here. I have 1 cup, and we're gonna do, y'all, these are the super teeny tiny seeds, so I'm gonna try not to do too much overseeding, but I'm gonna put quite a few in here. I just feel like the tiny seeds you need to put more in, but that's probably not the case at all. All right, so I put about 6 in there, and I don't know what they look like when they come up. I have to go back and look at my videos, because I did do black-eyed Susans last year, and I loved them. And I don't know where all this stuff is gonna get planted in yet, but my way of thinking is that while they're growing in the solo cups, I have time to figure it out. And I know some things are not good to grow and then transplant, but I'm doing it anyway. Oh, we're doing a Echinacea. And I did Echinacea last year, and I don't think they came up. But we're gonna do it again, and this is from Baker's Creek as well. So let's see. And the Echinacea is where? Let's find you. Y'all, I don't know where it's, oh, it's right in front of me. Echinacea, put those in. I know they're gonna get shifted around a little bit. I'm trying not to stick my hands in the dirt just yet, because you know, it's easier to get seeds when you have a relatively clean hands. All right, foxglove. Let's talk about foxglove. Y'all had some beautiful foxglove that came up last year. And I know these are super teeny tiny seeds too. That with the foxgloves, I don't think you get a bloom until the second year. So I almost had a foxglove that came up and it was looking beautiful, and I didn't take care of them. And so they probably would have had blooms this year, but no. All right, I can barely even see these seeds, so good luck with this one. But I did get them to grow last year. But the way I grew things last year was it wasn't in a good way, because I had too much stuff mixed with the other things, and I overseeded stuff, and it was just crazy. I keep saying that, but this year I just don't want to. I'm trying to be more intentional about how I'm planting things. So I'm going to do milkweed, which I think I was going to start and then I didn't last year. So I'm going to try to do milkweed, because I believe these are good for to attract butterflies. So that will be lovely. And then we have a polar bear, a zinnia, and from Baker's Creek, and this was free. And all of last year I was kind of whining on the down low, because I was like, I'm seeing everybody from Baker's Creek getting flowers for their free seeds, and all I was getting was celery and spinach, and because I ordered a lot of stuff from Baker's Creek last year, and I finally got a flower, and so that was nice. And it was these. So we're gonna plant some of these this year. I planted them last year, but again, I didn't take care of them, and you know the rest of the story. Oop. All right, so I have 4 of these in my hand, and I'm gonna plant the 4 since they're in my hand. So these are the polar bear. So they should come up white. And I was surprised. I did plant I planted 2 in a cup, and only 1 came up. So I decided to do a whole bunch more zinnias. Don't know where I'm gonna put them at yet. Oh, actually I have another polar bear. Oh, no, that's 1. Okay, and then we have some semi-door polar bears, Pamelia from the dollar store. And I planted these last year and they came up. So I have 2 packs, and these have a different color than the other packs. So I know about the zinnia seeds. So good thing about these seeds are they're not tiny. So that makes me happy. I'm having a lot of fun doing seed starting this year. I'm not thinking too much on it. I'm just trying to plant things, give it love, keep it watered, and not ignore things. So let's see. This one is the dwarf. So we have 1 here, and I think I have 2. So I need 4 seeds for these. Wait, 2 here, 2 there. Okay, so 2 here. I also feel like if you plant seeds too deep, then a lot of times they'll still find their way out, because they're seeds, y'all. I think they just take a little bit longer. And I am by no means an expert, so just keep that in mind. I am a self-proclaimed baby gardener. All right, we have some bee balm. And where is the bee balm? Right there. See how big these seeds are. Tiny. It's kind of disappointing when you get to have the tiny seeds. All right, so I have about 5 of those. I wonder, do they give you like a million of these tiny ones? Because I'm gonna put a few more in there because I think I put them all in the same spot. Because they're so tiny. I wonder if the germination rate on the tiny ones are low. Y'all let me know if you know if the germination rate is low on the tiny seeds. All right, so we have a salvia, which is a cream mix. Oh, I think I showed you the bee balm. That's the bee balm. And this is the salvia. So, and it has like the purple blooms on it. Haven't even opened this one. I got this one last year. Okay, we got one. And, ooh, that's seeds. Yeah, I feel like around this table, I'm gonna have all kinds of different stuff coming up. Cause I keep dropping seeds around here. Oh, let's see. Oh, I think I put them all in the same spot too. So let's just put a few. Ooh, not that many. Just a few more. I'm still, even though I still think I got them all in the same spot, but whatever. I still think I'm overseeding stuff because, you know, in my mind, I just feel like it needs more seeds. All right, so this is the Blue Monday salvia and it's purple. And I already have some purple in here. I don't think it's the Blue Monday though. I'll have to go look at my tags. Because what I do for the plants that I get from the garden center is I try to save them and then I can go back and look at them. Okay, the seeds are more reasonable in this one. I wonder why the other salvia seeds were so small. All right, and then we have some nasturtiums, which I wish I would have did these a couple of weeks ago, but that's okay. I know nasturtiums from my research, it says that they don't, see, I wanted to do like 5 in here. I'm just gonna do 2. They said that they don't do well in the heat, but I had some nasturtiums and they did pretty good last year. They lasted through the whole summer and they bloomed and everything. I didn't have any issues. I don't know, did I show y'all the pack? That's the nasturtiums right there. Now, the ones that I grew last year were ones that Bobby gave me. So these are different. So maybe that was the difference in the nasturtiums. So I planted all of these. So now, I'm gonna get up and I know y'all can't see my face. And all right, so I'm just gonna press some of these down. Do one at a time. Some of them I can't see the seeds on because they're so small anyway. But we're just gonna make sure everything's covered. And that's how we're gonna roll with that. So like these strawberry seeds, I can't even see those. So I'm just gonna just press, press, press. And I might be transferring seeds from one cup to another too. I hadn't thought about that. But oh well. Okay, I can see those. And of course we can see the bean seeds. So how do you all do your seed starting? I know I asked this before. I can put those a little bit deeper. These beans. Do you all do the solo cup method? I was surprised that there's some people that say they do theirs just like I do mine, which is kind of cool. All right, these have the tiny seeds in them. These are the Kamatsuna. Now, I really do have a hard time saying the names. So y'all have to forgive me. But if y'all looking for a certain seed that I planted, just let me know. And I'll type in the right word. I know it's a little ridiculous. Now, I did wet these, but I feel like they could probably still use a little bit more moisture. So what I'm gonna do after I do this is I'll just, once I put these in place, I'm just gonna put water down underneath and let it soak up. All right, this one. Now, I love seeing the seeds. Now, I know that right now when I'm doing this, the northern growers are just getting going with their, they may have had their seeds going in the house, but they're just getting their gardens going. And I love seeing the gardens at that point, because I know mine have been going for a little bit, but I like seeing things from the beginning. And I'm so excited when they get excited. Like me, I'm always showing like my little seedlings, and I'm like, look, there's a little seed coming up. And when they do that on their videos, I get just as excited. So yeah, I'm living that crazy garden life. So I know if I do that, you all probably do that too if you are watching the video. That means y'all are my garden friends. All right, so we got all those done. All right, so we got all these planted, and they are, y'all move the camera. They are ready to just set aside, and I'm gonna put some water in the bottoms, and then these should be able to get going. So I just wanna thank you all for hanging out with me, because I know my videos are always long, so I'm not apologizing for it. I like watching long videos, and I don't like watching short videos. So the people that I subscribe to, if they have like the shorts, I usually just hide those from my feed because I'm not watching them. But I love the long videos. So those are the ones I like to make. So I do what I like. And I garden, and I watch gardens because I like gardening. Anywho, I'm just rambling at this point. So thank you all, Garden Tools, for coming on. And let me know, are you growing any of these varieties? Because these are pretty cool. Almost all Baker's Creek. All right, we'll see you on the next video. Bye.